Hi everybody, it's Melissa. They're not quite finished yet, but I know I'm going to pack them up and I just want to share them just to give anybody ideas if they're still working on their projects for your child's class. My daughter Maya is in preschool, and luckily she only has 11 children in her class, and that's including her, so there's really only 10 that I'd have to make. But this year the teacher, wrote a little note, and she has little demandings, and she said that please encourage your child to write his or her own name, and do not write any names on the Valentines because it makes it confusing for them, which I never did anyway. I figured it's easier just make them generic and they could just be passed to anybody, as long as I usually put my daughter's name on it. But so we had her do her own name, which we let her do last time, but I guess some people don't. So just wanted to share with you what I came up with. I initially was going to use these, and I will use them another time, but I don't like the way they came out, and reason being is because this is the My Creative Time, the lollipop die, but I guess certain lollipops don't fit, and this one has, the lollipops I used are these little Love Pops, they're called, and the packaging's a little bit too wide, so I didn't care for that. And I guess, I know my husband's like, they're for a preschool class. I said, but I still, that bothers me that that's hanging out. I tried tucking it in, didn't stay, so I wasn't happy with that. So that was my initial idea. So then I went with, and I've been neglecting my Cricut lately and haven't been using it, so I thought, what can I do? And what I decided on is I used from Create a Critter on page, here's the handbook, page, what page is this, 62. I use this cute little, probably going too close, this cute little, I call it a porcupine, and here goes my daughter, and that's what it's called. She goes, oh, look at the little hedgehog. And I'm like, isn't that a porcupine? But I don't even know if that's the same thing or not, but I just thought that was adorable. So here's my take on it. I have to put the stickles on the rest of them, and this one's still wet. But I had Maya write her name, and this is a EK Success Scalloped Heart Punch. So I punched, I actually did 12 because she has a little girl that's on her bus that's not in her class. So we wanted to make one for her too, that the little girl that's at her bus stop. And for her, her little brother that always comes to bus stop. He's not quite school age yet. So we did make a few extra, but it was nice because, my daughter's class isn't, so large yet. So I'm taking advantage of that. So this is what I decided to make. I cut the little hedgehog out at, I did it on my Gypsy, but you don't have to have a Gypsy to do this. You can just size it, on your Cricut Expression or regular Cricut. But I cut this, I think it was 5.62, only because I'd measured how much I would need to hide the lollipop on the back. And these are little heart-shaped lollipops once you take them out. I wonder if you could see. Yeah, they have the little to and from here. But anyway, so what I did is I cut them out and I did all the layers, and I was having a little trouble with my Gypsy, and I figured I'll let that go. But the head part, this part here, I'm trying to point with one hand, is a little bit smaller than it should be, but it was tough. I don't know if I didn't have that real dial size where it made it proportionate to, your cuts. But the head was huge at first, so I had to recut it. But it didn't take too much paper because I was able to fit a lot of these on. But and then I just used my ATG gun to adhere the lollipop down to that. This heart punch with the pink gingham is a Stampin' Up! Heart punch, and that one's in, I think it's EK Success, this one here. And I use these little bows, I don't know if you recognize them, from, these are from, thank you Inika, from Inika here on YouTube, the Coco Martha. She brought me a little goodie bag at the last crop we went to that was so cute, and she gave me a bunch of these, the white bow that's underneath, and then I just added, a little heart on top of it. But she gave me a bunch of those, and I don't know how many she gave me, but I had enough to do Maya's little class, so it saved me a lot of time instead of have to fuss with and make those perfect little bows. So thank you, Inika. But they worked well on Maya's little projects. And then for the nose, I just did the same. I added the heart here, and I changed up his nose a little bit, or her nose, so I had a heart nose. But I think they came out cute. They didn't come out perfect, like I said, because the head, is a little smaller than it should be. But, for a preschool class, they won't know the difference. They're just going to rip them off anyway. So I have to go ahead, and there's only 2 I put the stickles on so far, and I just used a little bit of stickles around them. So I think these are a lot cuter than these, and I'm going to put them in some little decorative basket, but right now I just have them up there hanging to dry. So I just want to share that with you, and I'm here trying to assemble these things before so I can get them out of my living room before my husband gets home. But I will talk to you guys later, and just wanted to share that with you. So if you guys are doing projects for your kids, I'd love to see them, so post your videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.